Good evening, folks. This evening's topic C deals with the well-being of caregivers. So here's the headline: Location, individual circumstances impact caregiver well-being. Researchers find encapsulates a non-state data driven exploration of how caregiving experiences are shaped not just by broad policy strokes, but by the intricate interplay of places and personal context. Drawing from a collaborative study by Penn State, Purdue University, and the University of Minnesota, the article reveals that caregiver well-being is far from uniform. It is deeply contingent on where caregivers live and who they are. Geography as a determinant of care burden. The study found that caregivers in rural and suburban areas are significantly more likely to report low to moderate well-being compared to those in urban settings. This disparity likely stems from differences in access to health settings, health services, transportation, respite care, and social support networks. Urban caregivers may benefit from proximity to hospitals, community centers, and formal support programs, while rural caregivers often face geographic isolation, fewer healthcare providers, and limited infrastructure. These findings underscore the importance of considering spatial inequities when designing caregiver support systems. The power of personal contexts. Beyond geography, the study highlights that individual characteristics such as age, income, education level, and employment status are even more predictive of caregiver well-being than state-level family care policies. For instance, younger caregivers with lower incomes or less education may experience heightened stress due to financial strain, lack of flexibility, flexible work arrangements, or limited knowledge of available resources. This insight challenges the notion that policy alone can mitigate caregiver burden. Instead, it calls for a more tailored approach that accounts for the lived realities, diverse caregiving populations, policies, and potential, if made responsive. While state policies were not the strongest predictors of well-being, the research suggests they still matter, especially when crafted with non policies that are sensitive to local contexts. Such as these that address the unique challenges of rural caregiving, e.g., telehealth access, mobile respite service, transportation, and subsidies can play a crucial role in alleviating caregiver stress. The implication is clear. One size fits all policies may fall short, but adaptive, equity-driven frameworks can bridge the gap between structural support and individual need toward a more responsive caregiving ecosystem. The study reinforces the need for a multi-level strategy to support caregivers, one that integrates micro-level interventions tailored to individual caregiver profiles, meso-level community engagement, and infrastructure development. Micro-level policy reforms that are geographically and culturally adaptive. For someone like you who's deeply invested in participatory design and culturally responsive frameworks, these findings offer a compelling mandate to co-create toolkits, and policy briefs that reflect the diversity of caregiving experiences, whether it's mapping rural services, deserts, designing myth-busting campaigns, or for underserved communities, or evaluating the impact of localized policy adaptations. This research provides a rich foundation for action. Would you like to brainstorm how to translate these insights into modular toolkit for rural caregiver support, or a policy brief aimed at state legislators? Okay, guys, so that is C for you. I will be back on with these shortly. Give me a bit to put that together for you, and I'll be back on with that as soon as I can. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.